Hi, it's Therese and it's time to Gimme 5 with Penny Black. Today I have 5 the same but different designs and it's all about these summertime critters. I thought I'd start by just sort of flicking through this summertime paper pad, which is kind of where I got my inspiration from. It has such beautiful fun colours and patterns. The patterns are quite small, so perfect for card designs. So because I'm going to be making 5 cards, I do want them to be same but different. So I've chosen 5 different designs of the paper. They are sort of similar tones though, but you'll often find that within the same paper pad, or they'll always sort of interlink, intermatch, really well. And these ones, of course, do that. And I've got a cover die here that is one of the creative dies from Penny Black, and it's called Petals. And basically I'm going to be working in production line style. So in true production line style, I die cut each of the 5 papers, and then I've also die cut 5 different this is some fun foam with the same die, because I'm actually wanting to pop these papers up off the front of the card. And I was thinking about, you could actually add some cardstock behind the design paper before you die cut it. That would make it a bit more sturdy. Then you could pop it up with some foam squares, but that would be fiddly and annoying, and I just thought it was easier to bite the bullet and actually adhere all of these pattern paper designs to a piece of fun foam. And after I've done all of that, I do actually set these aside to dry, because I am going to be cutting them down and I don't want them to shift while I'm cutting, so I want to make sure that they're nice and dry while I do that. So I do actually do all these at once. I'm not going to show you every single I'm going to show you every piece of the process, but not on every 5 designs, if that makes sense. So now it's time for the critters, and I've chosen a few different images that I thought would work well, and stand alone on their own and add a bit of fun to these pattern papers that I've chosen. They are from a few different sets. One's called Cheerful Critters, Happy Times, which is where this little fella on the skateboard is from. I just love those glasses. He's so cool. And I think he's the reason that I've got this set, because I love cats, and I especially love cool cats, and the Penny Black cats are so much fun. A couple of the images, actually I think 3 of the images, come from the Especially Nice Micey. I was going to say nicey, it is really nice. From the Especially Micey set, and they're real sweeties as well. And the last set that I used is, or did I say that? The Cheerful Critters, which is which one? Oh, that's the hedgehog that's running with the balloon, which is really cool as well. So what I do is I actually will keep most of my lids off to the side, so you can see which colours I'm using as I colour each of the images out. But a good trick that I usually use is, rather than come in and shade off 3 different colours and muck around with that, is I come in at the end with usually a toner or one of the neutral greys or the warm greys, and add my shadowing and depth that way, so I don't have to come in and add heaps of different darker colours to get my depth. It's just a little cheats way, and it means you don't have to own every colour in the Copic family either. Works well. Alright, so I'm going to leave you with the colouring now. I do actually fussy cut all these images out as well, and I'll be back when all of that is done. And I just wanted to say that when I'm fussy cutting things out and I leave this small white border, I find it much easier to cut the intricate portions of the image out first. It just means that you can hold on to the rest of the image as you're doing that. Alright, so I've cut a template with the same die, and now that all my panels are well stuck together, I have poked out the little foam bits from the center of the foam die cuts as well. And to work out where I'm going to be cutting, I'm actually just using my template and holding it, eyeballing it, and making some tick marks with my pencil, and then I can just run that through my trimmer. I've got a large trimmer that does cut fun foam and cardstock really well. Some of them won't do that, so it might just be something to consider when you're looking at which way you want to create these cards. Then it might suit you to sort of cut them all down first and then adhere them after. Alright, so I've chosen some sentiments for each of the cards. Now I'm going to do a couple of different styles. So some sentiment die cut words. So the happy everything comes from the awesome creative dies, and the sealed with a kiss, or the SWAK, which is from the Filled with Love set. And I did decide to stamp out some images as well, some sentiments, and I like to use my Onyx black. It gives a real nice crisp sort of black bold sentiment. And the especially for you, I decided to make it as a speech bubble, and this is from the Chat Bubbles set, and this is my template that I have. I keep it in the packet, and then because it's a filled in die, it just makes it easier for me to line this up, hold it down with some tape in place, and then I can just run it through my die cutting machine. I've just chosen colours of scrap cardstock that are going to match all the images and the design papers well, and I've just got them out of my stash. I did decide to pop up my speech bubble on some yellow fun foam. I'm addicted to using fun foam at the moment. The sentiment here, sending you smiles, if you weren't confident to stamp it out second or separately, you could use like a MISTI or a stamping tool, but I would suggest to do that before you fussy cut the image out. But I didn't seem to have a problem. These stamps just, you get the most amazing impressions. Like, they stamp really, really well, these photopolymer stamps. And I hardly do any prepping at all on them. They seem to work really well, like first time. I love them. Alright, so this is production line style yet again. I'm adding my, I did have cramps in my, no I didn't. I could have had cramps in my hand. It took me ages to add the matte medium to the backs of these, and I didn't want to add too much because I didn't want my card bases to warp. But 4 of my card bases are portrait, and I've only got the one that is landscape style. So I'm just popping all my pieces where on the card bases that I've sort of chosen for each of them. So there's an image and a sentiment for each card base, and I have used some foam squares, you know, some adhesive foam squares to pop up my images. I did want them just sitting off that background a little bit more, and I used the liquid glue to adhere my die cut sentiments as well. So they're all very similar. I've kept the same. It just makes making either a set of cards or having a fun idea and just going with it. When you're making one card, you might as well make 5 and have fun and use your products, because then you can buy more. Otherwise, I just keep them and hoard them, especially my papers. I love my papers and I tend not to use them, but I'm trying to now. I'm being a good girl. Alright, so I hope you've had some fun and have enjoyed the combination of summertime critters and papers that I've put together. And I'll have some still photos of all of these cards at the end of the video. Thanks for watching, and remember there are lots of ways that you can connect with Penny Black. So don't forget to like today's video and subscribe to the Penny Black YouTube channel. Visit Penny Black on Facebook and Instagram, and also check out their blog and website. I've linked to all of those in the YouTube description below. along with a link to my personal blog post listing all of the exact supplies used in making these cards. I hope you've enjoyed this episode of Give Me 5 with Penny Black and 5 same but different cards. Look forward to seeing you here next time. Bye!